And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are in the world. Welcome to Sabbat Dinner Theater. We find ourselves at this point near the Avalon, and Kaylee is on her trusted bike, Frankie. She's made a slight change in appearance, and she's been away for a few days. She's diligently let Jacob know each night that she was staying with a friend of the Vandals, taking up an extra shift, seeing Owen, which all of it, in fact, was not true, because she's been doing her own things. But she has been sending him text messages just to let him know that she's alive and that she was staying somewhere and okay. And so far it seems to have worked out, but fuck that guy. He was probably busy with that stupid wedding anyway. So Kaylee now arrives at the Avalon and she's parking Frankie, her bike, and walking into the lobby. The night guard's looking a little bit weird at her appearance as he's trying to figure out, wait, is that a familiar face? Not, but she's just smiling and just going straight to the elevator, not worrying too much about it. And the guy just shrugs. It's like, yeah, I think I saw that face before, and waves back. And Kaylee's going to the top floor, to the penthouse, and as usual, she's not gonna ring or knock. She's just gonna open the door. I don't know if she had gotten the key by now, else she's just gonna pick the lock again.
Pick it now. I'll give you the key in this scene.
Let's see. That would be dexterity, larceny. Yep. Oh yeah. So she grabs her usual kind of shabby tools. There's a pocket knife. There is a hairpin. Some other. And she actually, in almost no time, she just opens the lock and walks in. See if Bitta is around. She's actually already wake up.
Bitta, on the balcony, all the way on the other side of the apartment of the Avalon. She will, as you're picking the lock, she'll hear you. She'll use her acute senses and she'll hear you. And she will bend over, putting down the watering can, and she will run very quietly on her tiptoes into the living room, standing behind the doorway. As she gets behind the doorway, that's about when you finish picking the lock and you creak the door open. When Kaylee walks through the door, the Bitta will just kind of go, wah, because she kind of knew it was you, because you're the only one that really picks her locks. She'll go, wah, and here I thought I got a better lock this time. Girl, you are good.
Kaylee jumps at the as Bitta just jumps behind from behind the door. Stop doing that! Give me a heart attack.
Oh, I am so sorry, my dear. It's just, well, I heard you coming, so you just gotta get me when I'm asleep. Then I'll know it's not you. But I heard you, so what can I do for you this evening, my dear?
Well, not
Oh,
much. I just needed a. Well,
I just realized it. What? Where did all of your hair go? Bitta will walk up to you and just place her hands on your head and start rubbing them around, feeling the short bristly hairs and the long pieces of hair, and she'll turn your head and forcing your body to turn completely around in a 360. Like, what? Weird? Huh? Where did it all go?
Kaylee is she's turning around as she kind of has no choice. Closing the door in the process because it was still open, and she's gonna say, "Oh, ow," and completely fail at her subterfuge check. So she's gonna say like, "Yeah, well, I was tired of it." But it's such a blatant lie as the cheeks are flushed and she's like tripping over words a little bit. She's like, yeah, she didn't expect a question for some odd reason.
Did
I just get fucking tired of it.
just for the fun of it? But oh, now there wouldn't happen to be any leftovers, were there? 'Cause you know, I happen to really love those things. That mop on your head was a beautiful thing. I played with them quite often. Do you have one for me? Anyway.
And Kaylee is starting to feel in the pockets of her pants, and she's like pulling out one blonde dread, and it is obviously hers. If you want to make a check, see if maybe it's from the other guy.
I definitely do. That's gonna be perception empathy.
No, perception alertness, I think, to pick up on the scent or the texture of it, to just recognize it.
You got it.
And you can take your aspects in account for that as well with your heightened senses.
Yeah? So that gives me a -2 difficulty?
Mm-hmm.
What up? I know things. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes?
Yeah. Yeah, you notice that this is indeed one of Kaylee's threads. It has the same texture as hers, and it doesn't smell like weed, like maybe the threads of the other guy would have done.
The Vita will reach her hand out, gently touching the dread at first, just to kind of get the feeling in her fingertips, and she will pull it close to her face, and she will smell it, and she will rub it all along her cheek, and then across her chin, and she'll look over at KK. You thought of me, didn't you? And she will take it out of KK's hand and wrap it around her neck, because her dreads were kind of on the long side, and simply knot it as a necklace.
Mm, Kaylee she just gives some sort of a vague smile. It's not necessarily a happy one, but more one of, yeah, okay. And she's just rummaging through her pockets again and holds out a few beads that she used to wear in her dreads and hands them over to Bitta as well. Here you go. I have no use for these anyways.
Oh, Bitta will take the beads. She will play with them a little in her hand, and then she will walk over into the bedroom where she's got a glass bowl filled with miscellaneous small rocks and beads and marbles and glass, and she will pour them down into it and then mix the all of the rocks and stuff together to create a new pattern. So now she has just a little bit of Kaylee in her room at all times, which is kind of, oh, love. She will walk back over to KK and just look her up and down for a second. I'm gonna use my Auspex 2 to try to get the auras that are coming off of you.
You really want me to just grab that book now, do you?
I do. Four,
uh,
6. Let's see what happens. 1, 2 successes.
okay. Um, just give me a moment. I need.
143, I think it was. Was it?
Yeah, first need it to open. That's always gonna take a while.
Oh, wait. I can screen share if you want.
No, that's fine. So with 2 successes, you would get the
Main color.
main color. Okay. Come on, book. Open. 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 In the meanwhile, as you were doing your thing in the bedroom, Kaylee has been walking further into the living room and just sat down on the floor against the central heating.
The what?
Yeah, the heating
The chair?
system. No. Just a wall. Fuck it. She's just sitting
Oh,
down
there's a
against the
record
wall.
player. Go for it. One of those old school tower record player things. You can sit up against that.
Okay, very well. Sit up against that. And I have the book open. Yay! Where are we? Oh, right.
144.
Mm, mm, I was already too far. Here you go. Okay, so distinguish the main color. Ooh, that would be brown. Definitely brown.
Oh. Oh. Okay. So, Bitta will look at Kaylee and she will see her aura and see how brown it is. Just kind of put a little bit of a sourpuss on her own face looking at Kaylee. Why so bitter, girl? What's got you all sour?
Kaylee is she's not answering for a while as she is just she has her hands in the pockets of her jackets, and seems to be toying with something in there.
Bitta will sit down on the floor directly in front of Kaylee, Indian style, and she will lean over to one side and start fiddling with her hair. Something. Well, no, wait, not fiddling with her hair, but fiddling with Kaylee's hair. What's got. Okay, so. What's new? There's gotta be something going on for you to be all harumph. You know, I haven't seen her talk to anybody in the last couple of days. So, fill me in on some pack news. What's going on?
Kaylee actually is a little surprised at that, as she would have expected Jacob to have told Bitta about the wedding first. So she still kind of suspects that that he did. So she's just raising her shoulders. It's like, nah, not that much. I don't know. I've not been around the fort for a while now either. Oh man. Those subterfuge rolls really don't serve me today.
Oh. Oh.
That's not a fail, that's just a botch.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, no, not fucking much. It's not. She's just starting to sprout out something that she has obviously prepared, but it's like that obvious. She could have almost like read it off a paper, and it would basically sound the same. Like, yeah, there's not been much going on. I've not been around the fort for a while. I've been taking up extra shifts at work, and I've been visiting Owen a little bit, and now I am here to visit you. And I don't know what has been going on over at the fort.
The Bitta just, that was a lot of information thrown, and it's just, wow, okay, seem a bit frazzled as well. uh,
Oh, by the way, what you do notice, since first of all I botched this roll, so I'm gonna give you some extra information on what Kaylee might have been doing, and secondly, because you have such fucking high perception.
Dude, I was gonna use the spirit touch on the dreadlock anyway.
Oh, oh, okay, you can do that, but
I was gonna wait till later to do that.
something else that you are noticing now that you're sitting so close to Kaylee is, first of all, once again, she has not been showering for a few nights. Um, Second of all, you notice that there is, besides some grease that is on her face and on her hands, you also notice like a distinguished forest smell, and you can even see with your sharp eyes a few, like, yeah, some dirt that's might have been brushed off, but there's still some of it left on her jacket and on her clothing, and there's some. There's even a small needle from like a pine tree sticking in her hair, somewhere at the back where she didn't notice it.
Bitta, looking at Kaylee and scanning her body, she will notice all these little flaws that were just mentioned, and she will scoot a little closer and just and she will reach up over Kaylee's head and pull the pine needle out and drop it on the floor. She will see the dirt and then look at Kaylee's eyes. My child, have you not had shelter these past few nights? Have you been? You stink of outside. You stink of dirt and earth. Like, have you not had shelter? Have you been sleeping outside? Have you not been showering? Like, what's going on?
As Bitter leans in this close, you can see that Kaylee's eyes are red from well, probably a mixture of drugs, lack of sleep, and crying. You can even see some of the, now that you're that close, you can see some of the dirt on her face that has been like has these tear marks like over them. They seem old, but it's still there. And Kaylee, for her part, is once again raising her shoulders. She's like, yeah, so what? I didn't feel like being around people, with everything going on over at the fort and everything.
The Bitta will cock her head to the side a little. Everything that's going on in the fort? What could possibly be going on at that fort that would make you not be there? You know you are very important to Jacob. Ooh. Bitta notices the little, huh, what? Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What's happening?
Well, duh, isn't that obvious? Scaly at this point is like, come on, don't play a game with me. She still suspects Bitter to know about the bloody wedding, and yeah, she's like, don't mess with me, come on, seriously.
The just did did I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm just not a fan of weddings. Never
Ooh,
was.
wedding? Bitsa will perk up a little and wedding. Who's getting married?
Okay, now I'm gonna roll perception empathy, and I don't have any empathy. That's why I'm so happy downtime is coming. So it's gonna be pure perception to see if you are speaking, if because she still like, suspects that you're just messing with her at this point. Wow, that's a weird roll. I have a success, so to
So I roll my.
Kaylee,
Do I roll
no,
it for that? No.
no, you don't need to roll anything. To Kaylee, you just seem you seem genuinely surprised. It is like, huh? Seriously? How can you not know about that?
I've been here at the Avalon doing my own things. I haven't gone anywhere, haven't talked to Jacob in a little while. I can't wait. Who is Jacob marrying?
Um, right. I'm going for a manipulation empathy at this point because I'm gonna try to have Kaylee appear like she really doesn't care. Because that's what she would do. Oh my
Jacob.
god. Yeah, okay, another botch. At this point, Kaylee, you can see that her eyes start to tear up, and there's just this tear that's now falling down from her eyes as she's kind of saying in a shaky voice, like, Chloe.
Um, Bitta, in seeing Kaylee's eyes well with tears, is a little taken back over the amount of emotion coming out of Kaylee, because usually she's good at hiding that stuff or being a snarky smartass. She's not really the crying type. But this overwhelming feeling comes over Bitsa to just like feel for her and just be there for her. Don't know why, she just is. Bitsa will move even closer to Kaylee and open her arms up and taking a big whiff, just continuing to open her arms and put them around Kaylee, but kind of leaving her head tilted back a little, breathing away
Honey,
from
honey,
Kaylee.
you don't need to breathe. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
need
I
to help.
forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you still stink. Sorry. She'll give you a hug and stand you up and walk you towards the bathroom.
Right, with
Shower.
fucking hell, I hate Butch. Yeah, okay. If you do that, and because I fucking botched, fucking hell, fuck. Kaylee is just gonna collapse, and she just starts sobbing and crying in your arms, and just wrapping her arms around you as well. She's like, I want to fucking murder that bitch. I want her dead. It's not fair. Why is he marrying her?
Bitta will just stroke your head, uh, just gently. Um, why does it bother you so much that he's marrying her? Are you in love with Jacob?
No.
So
I
then,
think, oh, give me a moment. That would require another subterfuge roll because it's not
oh
that. Well,
shit,
it's not that she's in love with him, but there is that ghoul love that she's feeling,
yeah.
and she kind of gets it confused. So she's not really like in love with him, but she's feeling something else. She doesn't quite understand what it is.
Ah.
So I have one success. Finally, a success. Wow. So you can roll your manipulation empathy on that. I think you'll, or sorry, perception empathy. You'll see right through me with your.
You,
You don't necessarily. Yeah, okay.
wait, it's 6, right? 5. Yeah, no, that's all of them, right?
Yeah, you got all the successes. So
All the
what you
successes. All the
notice is
successes are mine.
so what you notice is when Kaylee is like, no, it's like there is that she's not sure. Kaylee's just not sure. That's definitely. I mean, you got fucking high roll once again, and I only have one success. So there
Yeah,
is there's definitely a hint of confusion. It's like, no, of course I'm not in love, but there is definitely
a
love,
look.
and yeah.
And Vita will, as they're slowly walking down the hall towards the bathroom, she'll, the love that you have for Jacob, is this what stopping you from wanting him to wed Chloe?
I just hate that bitch. I hate her. I've always hated her. Because she's his favorite.
Vita will grab a towel from the closet and push you into the bathroom, turning the water on. She will leave the room to let you undress, but will continue to talk to you through the door just to keep the momentum of the conversation going. Um, so, are you having somewhat of, what can I say, stepdaughter blues? Are you upset that she's going to become more powerful than you and be able to boss you around?
With that, you just hear like a big uh, bang against the wall as that's Kaylee just banging her fist against one of the walls. You do not get any other reply than that.
After another moment, Bitta will hear Kaylee step into the shower and the curtain close, which will cause Bitta to open the door and sit down on the toilet. Just wanted to give you the common courtesy of getting naked without me gawking. So Bitta will cross her legs, back up straight, hands resting on her knees, bent elbows, staring at the steam billowing out of the shower. Make sure you get into all those hard to reach spots, my dear. And you know what? I'm sure this'll take you way less time, seeing as you've got 15 less pounds to wash, huh?
Hmm.
Oh,
Kaylee,
no.
the shower is just making Kaylee come to herself a little bit, so she's like not that talkative anymore at the moment.
Bitta, noticing the lack of response out of Kaylee, she will get up, walk towards the mirror, um, write a little message in it, and then leave the bathroom, closing the door, letting the steam continue to build up in the bathroom. So much so that it causes the message that Bitta wrote on the mirror to be seen when Kaylee exits the shower.
Yeah, Kaylee is standing on the shower. In the meantime, she's kind of cursing herself because she did not want to collapse in front of Peter like that. She just didn't want to do that. It sucked. Um, so about 15 or 20 minutes later, she gets out from under the shower and starts to dry herself off and putting some clothes on, and probably at some point she's gonna look at the mirror or just have her gaze going towards that mirror.
Uh, the message on the mirror simply states, "Let's ride."
Kaylee is she's kind of sure, why the fuck not? Not that she would like say no to anything that either Bit or Jacob would actually suggest. But yeah. So she dresses up in the same dirty clothing that she's been wearing like in the entire week, and she's just coming out of the bathroom.
Before you
Jacket over
even
her shoulder.
exit the bathroom, okay, Bitta hears the shower shut off. She's standing outside the door, and right before you get into your nasty, dirty clothes, Bitta will say, you know, after our last little mishap and you fitting into absolutely nothing I have to offer, I went out and I got you a few things. Go into the bedroom. Second drawer in the armoire is yours. And it will be filled with an assorted amount of t-shirts, jeans, and clothes, all in Kaylee's size.
In a mini size.
Size! Excess!
Yeah, so Kaylee just shrugs and she's leaving all of the clothes on the bathroom floor, and she just walks past Bitte completely naked. Doesn't really seem to care much. And she is opening the drawer, checking.
As KK leaves the bathroom, Bitta will walk in, grab the clothes, and hold them out, extended, and she's just going to walk them to the hamper in the bedroom and just kind of like, and drop them. Like, I'm just going to wash those and put them in the drawer. Just,
Okay.
yeah.
Bitte, question. Kaylee says as she's rummaging through the drawer.
Yes.
Did you happen to think of underwear?
People wear underwear?
You don't?
I don't.
Uh-huh.
I am sorry. I will make sure to acquire you some for the next time.
It's fine, it's fine. She says as she just grabs some skinny jeans and just puts them on, and t-shirts, and she's just looking at the t-shirts like, missing something. Do you have scissors?
The Bitsa just simply walks over and starts tearing little holes into the shirt in periodic spots, turns her around, tears a few down the back. There you go. Is that better?
Yep.
Beautiful.
And she grabs a leather jacket and just tosses it over her shoulder. So, right? She says while putting on her shoes.
Bitta, already in her sporty motorcycle gear, standing there next to Kaylee. She'll be tapping her foot in excitement because she hasn't been on the bike in a little while. It's due to the fact that she still doesn't know how to necessarily do it. But this time, instead of attempting to drive or wanting to learn to drive, she simply just wants to go for a ride to get Kaylee's mind off of things. And Bitta will take a chance for herself to think about the fact that Jacob is marrying Chloe, and that's big news. Yeah, I am ready to go when you are ready to go, my dear.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Your bike or mine?
Well, lady's choice.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Well, which one would you prefer?
I don't mind.
Okay, then woman will take the Ducati just because it goes faster.
Okay.
And I want to go fast tonight.
So, yeah, Kaylee is nodding her head, and I guess the two of them will walk out of the apartment down to where the to the garage. No, not the garage. What do you call it? Car park. Sorry, car park. And
It's a
once again,
garage.
yeah, okay.
A garage holds more than one car. It's a car hole. You know, it's all good.
Fine. And once again, they pass by the security guard, who is now like, oh, right, that's where I knew this girl from. As she is, as the guard is just waving towards Bitte, actually smiling because, yeah, really nice lady there. He does seem to shake his head a little bit when Katie walks by, as he's like, "What does such a nice lady do with such a startup young brat?" But he doesn't say anything. Might be her niece or something. And the two of them will arrive at the Ducati, and they'll bring it outside. Kaylee is looking at Bitte. Well, you want to ride, or you want me?
Bitta will simply hop directly onto the sissy seat in the back. I still don't know how to ride one of these things. And then she will start tapping the seat in front of her.
Fine, fine.
You're gonna ride it tonight.
So, yeah, Katie will hop in front of Bitta, spend the willpower once again, because she really does not want this bike yeah, to crash. Well, I
Be
mean,
nice.
it's not that she can't repair it, but she doesn't want to get bit angry because of that. And she's starting up the bike. Ah, now that's more like it.
Ah.
That's 5 successes. So she's starting up the bike and she looks around to Bitta and she's like, "Want to go crazy?"
Oh, Bitta perks up and simply.
Hold on. And as soon as Kaylee feels Bitta's arms around her waist, she's gonna make the bike like flip over a little bit so it drives on the rear wheel.
Papa wheelie.
And yeah, whatever you guys call it. And on one wheel they just tear off into the night.
That was awesome. Bitta in feeling the bike's front tire raise and the back tire almost peel a little, she instant excitement, almost giddy like a little kid. She just like grabs around Kaylee's like waist even tighter and just like is ready for the ride. Just ready.
At that point you can feel the bike stagger or swagger a little bit as Kaylee's like, "I kind of need to breathe."
The bitter will loosen a little. Sorry, I forget. I forget who breathes and who doesn't breathe. You know, I pretend to breathe and then I accidentally kill you.
Yeah, things like that happen. Kaylee says she's just like uh, upping the speed until almost maximum for the bike, not for the not necessarily the. She does not keep to the speed limit that's required in the city. So the two of them just tear away out of the city and onto the highway where. I don't know. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, this is where Bitter is going to start doing a lot of her thinking. And I think this is where I'm going to use my spirit touch to
Mm.
red lock. So Bitta, well, she's changed positions from her arms being wrapped around Kaylee to her legs being wrapped around Kaylee, because at high speeds, she finds much enjoyment in releasing her arms from whoever is riding the bike, putting them out as if she is flying, and cackling into the wind like a hyena, which she does so for, I'd say, a solid 2 minutes behind Kaylee before she starts to feel Kaylee, like she starts to sense Kaylee might get a little more perturbed as they're riding. She can feel sense the aura and the bitterness in her still, as she decides to at this point use her spirit touch to find out exactly where Kaylee has been the last couple of days, because she is kind of worried. So, what do I need to roll for that?
Mm, Spirit's touch is perception, empathy.
Ooh, okay. Um,
And what are you trying to?
I'm trying to figure out where Kaylee's been.
Yeah, but are you like touching Kaylee?
No, the
What?
dreadlock.
Or okay, the dreadlock.
Yeah,
Very
I
well.
want to use the dreadlock.
hmm
Oh.
That's good, because if you were trying to touch her clothes, you would have get very clear image of you buying the clothes and putting them in the drawer.
Yeah, I was gonna touch it later after Kaylee left, but she's still sensing a lot of bitterness inside of Kaylee. So
hmm
perception, empathy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe it's 6. Yeah, it's 6. No,
Oh, that was
that sucked.
no successes.
Nothing.
All right, so whatever you want, you're trying to get some images of the dreadlock.
Must be a dead dreadlock.
Yeah, yeah, it's just it's like it
Nothing.
doesn't belong to anything anymore. It's just nothing. It's just a
Yeah.
dreadlock.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. All right. So Bitta, in touching this dreadlock, trying to see where Kaylee's been and where all of this is coming from, she's almost getting a white noise off of it, like static on a TV.
Mhm.
Absolutely nothing. Um, and with that, she just gets a little upset because she doesn't like to not know what's going on, especially when it comes to Bastard's property. Um, and she'll just simply wrap her arms back around Kaylee and continue on riding. Guess that's it. Well,
Well, they're probably driving through a forest area at this point. Kaylee's not really minding where she's going.
the
Okay, I'll give you another chance to get some information out of this. Kaylee's not really thinking at where she's driving, so make me a perception empathy check.
Wait, that's only 5. There should be one more die. Either
You're,
way,
well, you have already 3 successes.
yeah.
So, what you notice after a while is, first of all, of course, that's Kaylee's just like driving around. But second of all, at some point, like maybe when they're like driving like 20 minutes or so through the forest, you just feel her almost like it's not waking up, but kind of like realizing where where she's driving, and there's this shock going through Kaylee as she immediately takes a more alert driving style, and when they come to a crossroads, she is very determined in going left.
What's left?
Nothing.
Ooh. The bitter in feeling the cool breeze of the wind from the forest while driving through it. Will feel the change in Kaylee Little, how she's become more alert and aware of her surroundings, and how her body is kind of. I thought that was on my end for a second.
No, it's my end. I have no idea who it is. It's a number I don't know, so I'll try it again later. I'll look again later.
She will feel the alertness and the awareness coming out of Kaylee, and she'll notice she'll notice the way that Kaylee is driving, almost as if she is driving by her gut, but also very aware of what's going on, and that she's drawn left, and she'll think to herself.
Well, there's actually nothing left because Katie was indeed driving at her gut until she realized that they were going to a place where she didn't want to go. That's why she turns left. So it's not left.
Bitta at that point will also notice what time it is, and she will tap Kaylee like, we mustn't forget about the sun.
Yeah.
That, friend, is not a good time.
Of course. I'm sorry. I'll drive you back.
As they turn, Bitta will turn back in her seat, almost releasing Kaylee a good chunk with just having her hand on Kaylee's shoulder. She'll look back at what was behind them at the turn that Kaylee made, this left turn, and she will try to remember the cross streets.
Okay.
Is there any way I can get can you tell me the cross?
Well, it's just a place that I made up, but I think if you would roll me a, let's see, what would that be? I think intelligence survival.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll
roll me intelligence survival.
I'm gonna spend a willpower point for a guaranteed success because I only have 3 of these things. Yeah.
Nice.
Difficulty.
Yeah.
Successes. What up? Okay, so I get the name, I get the cross streets, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of know where to go when should you want to return to this place without Kaylee being there.
Yeah. All right.
And with that, Kaylee's driving Bitta back into Zuster City and towards the Avalon.
Bitta will, as they reach the Avalon, hop off the back of the bike and invite Kaylee to stay for as long as she'd like at the Avalon again.
Yeah, Kaylee is I think I could use a place for now. I kind of told Jacob that I was gonna see you, and I do need to text him though. She says that she just grabs her phone and starts writing a text message because he wants to know where I am.
In doing that, Bitta will walk into the kitchen, and because she had a feeling that KK was going to be around, She will grab a couple of things from inside the fridge, an apple, some cheese, some crackers, and cranberry juice. And she will bring it into KK, setting it down on the server in the living room. Uh, are you hungry, my dear? I know I can always go for a bite around this time.
Um,
Beta will just plop the tray down on the server, and she will walk into the other room where KK will hear some chains moving around, and then she will hear a muffled voice, and then silence, because Beta's feeding now.
mhm.
Yeah.
Kaylee, as she sees the food and as Bitta is just saying, "Are you hungry?" Just that word, hungry, it's like triggering, and Bitta could probably hear Kaylee's stomach rumble at that point as Kaylee is just attacking the food as a parched vampire would attack its prey.
As Bitta hears Kaylee rummaging around with all the silverware and stuff on the plates, she'll notice how fast she's eating the food. Bitta will remove her mouth from the inner thigh of one of her herd and simply say, "There's more in the fridge if you want it," and she will sink her teeth back in and feed some more.
um, yeah, after Kaylee's finished, she's not going to the fridge. She's done, but whew, literally everything is gone. The cheese, the apple, and the entire can of cranberry juice just gone.
Awesome. I think I'm cool right now. Are you cool?
Yeah, yeah, pretty
All
cool.
right. Then we're good.
We're gonna end this scene with the two of them eating, and we wish all of you a pleasant night.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.